Here with KotLGuy on day 2 of TI5. You cast group stages. Any memorable games for you?
Ooh, group stage memorable games?
Yeah, that you cast.
That I have casted. Maybe the 2 games with EG versus Newbie. I think, until now, it was like, okay, Newbie's got a little bit of spunk in him, and EG took a loss. We thought it was going to be an easy 2-0.
But Newbie won the first game, too.
Yeah,
you guys were like, oh, is this happening?
So it was like, okay, good. That means that these group stages are going to be a bit fun. Not very lopsided, not like, 2 teams at the top and everyone else just kind of fight out for the rest of the spots. It was nice.
Okay, so I have to talk to you about a very serious topic right now. Jeremy Lin thinks your hero sucks.
I heard.
Yeah, so what do you think about that? Are you a basketball fan at all?
I do like basketball. I'm not a Charlotte fan.
Okay.
Not
what
anymore.
Are you? What team do you like?
I actually like the Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
They do still have a team.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean.
Why Sacramento?
It's my hometown.
Oh, okay.
Born and raised in Folsom, so Sacramento Kings. My family loves that team, and.
So do you have any trash talk for Jeremy Lin now?
I mean, we can.
He's messing with your boy.
We could settle on the Dakota court, I guess. I mean, he would smoke me in basketball without question.
You're pretty tall, though.
I could fit in as
as
a point guard.
Can you dunk?
I could say yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably not anymore.
How tall are you? Like
6'3".
Okay, so you guys are the same height.
Yeah.
Roughly the same MMR. What are you, like 4K?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly the same MMR. We gotta have this. You gotta go mid coddle against whoever he wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta play mid coddle?
Yeah.
He doesn't
you gotta
like
beat him with coddle.
He doesn't like support playing. He doesn't value the hard work and dedication people like me do in the game for people like him.
Okay.
He wouldn't know what to do if there weren't the wards. If there wasn't that flying courier.
Okay.
It's all thanks to me.
Got it. And the mana, you give him the mana,
I mean, that's just, without question, that's going to happen.
Okay. All right. So you did most of your casting during the group stage, or all of the casting during the group stage. And there's a bunch of casters that work the group stage and don't work the main event. Is it tough for you guys to watch and just be like, oh man, I wish I was casting, or do you just enjoy it?
I mean, there is probably a little bit of both to it. On one hand, it's like I have the luxury to be able to sit here with my good friends who are also personalities and casters, and get to chit chat about these games and see it firsthand, and in these awesome spots and see all the fans is amazing. But then you get to hear the roar of the crowd and, the commentators over the intercom, and you just want to be like, I want my voice to be heard up there, and, it's okay to want that stuff. That way you can push for it.
And you got some desk work in?
I did. That was actually pretty surprising to me. It was more couch work.
Couch work,
but,
right, yeah.
I maybe just too many Merlinis, and they wanted to throw a random white guy in there. So.
Okay, yeah, that might be the reason. And what did you enjoy about it, and do you think you're going to do that more than in the future, or are you going to focus on casting, that kind of thing?
Pretty much since Red Bull, I actually really enjoyed doing the hosting stuff.
Hosting stuff.
It was nice. I don't think I would say I like hosting more than casting. I really do enjoy casting a lot. But hosting seems fun, and it does feel like maybe a bit of a spot that could use a bit more help and maybe some more options. So I'm happy to do anything. If I was a Dota janitor, I would clean up all that crap. So.
Dota janitor, really? There's a lot of crap on the forums and stuff.
A lot of salt.
Yeah, you'd have to clean up a lot of salt.
Well, I didn't say I was going to be a moderator.
Okay.
Reddit.
All right. What do you think of the issues so far? Because there's been some,
We just came back from
internet stuff.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad for Complexity, man.
It's frustrating because there's not really, not that we know of, anyone to particularly blame for it. You want to.
Comcast, right?
Yeah.
You can blame Comcast. They deserve it.
Yeah, some mystical hacker nerd who's in his basement, scruffing his neckbeard like, I got him now. I've been saving this particular DDoS plan for this day. I hate EG. Go! Or whatever.
Well, they helped EG.
Yeah, right? It ended up working out for him, but they're like, it didn't kick in fast enough.
Okay.
Who knows? But it's a bit frustrating. I'm sure, it's everyone here. No one's really happy. It puts things off. It delays things. We just want to see games and have a good time, so not much you could do. Sometimes it, rains at baseball games. Whatever.
What an analogy. What are you doing after this? Are you planning on taking a break, doing more work?
I'm currently in the process of moving across the country. Currently living in New York City. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
But I'm done with the East Coast.
And your wife's come with you?
Yes, we're moving out to California. I'll go out first for probably a month while she finishes up work in New York. And I'll just get things started out there. Looking forward to it.
Did you consider coming to this TI?
She actually did near the back end of it. She really was. She was actually a bit interested, but maybe next one. Who knows?
Okay. And the majors coming up later this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first one they said was going to be in Europe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think EJ said that in an interview.
All right.
What do you think about that?
I think that'd be awesome. I would love to do it.
You're moving away from Europe though. You got to do the crazy time zone thing.
So?
It's all good.
I love Dota.
Okay. Does BTS have anything coming up?
I mean, the big thing is that shooting for the next summit in December. But I don't know between now and then if there's anything that is solidified just yet. You know, who knows? There could be like another BTS America's like tournament that they'll look to throw in between now and then. I imagine there'll be a small, slow period after TI closes. A lot of, that just happens. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you have like ESL New York and stuff coming up. So there'll be content. As far as BTS content, though, I don't know exactly, but just summit for December.
Okay. And give me some dirt on working at BTS. You've been there for a while now.
Okay.
What is it like behind the scenes?
Well, when I was there working like the Summit 2 and Summit 3 and helping out with the hub like last year into this year, I would stay for like month periods usually in the house with everyone. It was a bit of an interesting experience. I'm coming from living at home with my wife to living with a bunch of dudes in one house. It was like a nerd frat house, So that was a very different living situation. Let's just say there were lots of dishes.
Okay.
There
isn't someone that, did you have to do dishes a lot?
I try my best to do my own dishes. There's someone who always likes to, okay, I've had enough of this. Let's go ahead and just clean it up. And, for the most part, everyone's good. It's not like
it's the game of chicken with the sink.
It's not like BTS is like a slob house, obviously. Okay. It's just sometimes when you're all really into this kind of stuff, whether it's Dota, esports, you get really locked up and kind of getting into your work and you don't really recognize what's happening around you. And sometimes you need to take a moment to be like, I'm living in filth and clean it all up. But I think that's the best I got, and that's not even really that severe.
Okay. But you can tell me.
I know.
Give me some BTS secrets. Any changes coming up? Any rumors? Any insider drama?
I would tell you the dirt, but I think everyone's been really driven and focused on TI and stuff. Pretty much ever since we had to do the hub and then travel out and then the summit and travel back and forth. I don't think there's really been much time to even think about other.
The stakes are rising, just like for the teams, because of the events. There's caster competition, all that stuff. I talked about this with a lot of the analysts, casters, and there is a very real sense of like, we gotta like push it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Coming to this TI, it was pretty eye-opening for me. I want to say, like, I felt like I was in a pretty comfortable spot. Like, I felt like I did bust my ass off throughout the year. So I don't want to talk too much about my exact, of course I'm just going to be upset. I want to be there with everyone. I want to have a good time. Like, I know I love this game, and I love casting it, and I'll do whatever I can to get in and be a part of that. Sometimes it might not work out. Sometimes it will.
But you can't have any regrets about it, just like, let's put it all on the table, and if they, powers that be decide yes or no, do you think the Reddit campaign really made a difference? Like that Reddit thread with all the comments?
I mean, I'm sure it did. I'm not going to lie. I mean, when you actually look at the schedule, it's pretty obvious and stuff, and you kind of feel a bit weird about that. Part of me feels bad because it seems like, now this is theory crafting. My tinfoil hat, it's on. You can't see it right now, but, it did feel like maybe like I took some stuff away from Andrew a bit and kind of stepped in, and I like Andrew a lot.
Did you go up to him and talk to him about that at all? Or?
I mean, a little bit. We both don't exactly know how things worked out. It's not like they came up to me and like, hey, this is actually what ended up happening.
Yeah.
It's all theory craft right now, and it does feel like that thread helped. It does feel like they squeezed me in there. Of course, I'm gonna take this opportunity and go. Whatever little amount of games they give me or a brief couch segment, I'll do the best with it and stuff, and they'll be like, oh, well, he was great. We should really, consider having him back next time, or who knows? Maybe they were like, oh, we actually forgot him. Who really knows?
Well, at least you had like, it was like a lot of comments.
Well,
people saying that
the thread was. I broke down when I read it, like, because that night, when after everyone got it, and that experience, it's terrible. I mean, LD put it best in his blog if you want to check it out, but it's just kind of like. You're kind of like sitting there, and it's almost flashbacks to high school. Maybe you're like checking the list for who made the football team or who made the high school play.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, where's my name? Where's my name? Where's my name? Where's my name? Where's my name?
Yeah.
I'm not even the tree, in the play. So you're kind of just like, and I was actually casting at the time, and other personalities and casters are trying to message me on Skype like, hey, where's your invite? Hey, are you coming? Hey, I heard you're not coming. Hey, I heard you didn't get an invite. And I'm like, I haven't even said anything yet. Like, I'm just trying to cast these BTS games right now. And everyone's like, I'm going, I'm having a great time. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, how am I supposed to feel right now? So I'm like, I want to go to bed. I ended up crashing pretty early. Of course, I was a bit like miffed about it. And then my wife woke me up when she happened to notice, I don't know how much she was digging, but happened to notice on my Skype, iStrog was there. Of course, I shot right out of bed. That's when I saw the whole Reddit thread. I'm like, what? And I'm looking over, and then all of a sudden I see this huge thread on Reddit. I'm like, what is this? And like, huge outpour coming out from the community. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, it was so much to take in at that one moment. I don't think I've ever been at such a low and then such a high so fast. I should have had
swings, man.
Yeah, I should have had a stroke.
It was like, we need a gold chart, but for your like emotions.
Yeah.
We could see like you were like down 20K emotional.
We should have had one for that game 1 of EG versus Cole. Everyone's like, we're into it.
And then it's like a slow decline until the pause. Yeah.
And then we're back, and but it was a crazy experience. Like I said, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy with the work I already did. I'm enjoying the experience so far. We're only in day 2, and I'm looking forward to hanging out and meeting everyone who gave me so much love in that particular Reddit thread.
So with the stakes a little higher, and knowing that I want to get more work, that kind of thing, do you feel like you're gonna have to make some changes to your casting or improvement, anything that you're doing differently after this TI, or maybe ask some feedback? I don't know.
Definitely after I make the move, which is going to be a huge upgrade for me overall. It's going to be a bigger workspace. I'll have my own.
Yeah, you're not casting in a box, right?
I'm not. I mean, it's not even a box. It's like I'm casting like this, and then my kitchen's right there. My bathroom is right there.
It's New York, man. You're gonna like it in California with more space, though.
You pay for where you live, and you're gonna be stuck in a hole, which I put up with, and I feel like I put pretty good remote content with what I was given. But now that I get my own space, everything's gonna get a lot better. I'm gonna look to push and do more stuff, even just for myself. I'm gonna look to do more streaming. I'm gonna look to be open to more opportunities, casting, hosting, interviewing, being on the floor, creating content. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be dabbling in a lot more options for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck.
Thanks,
Hope next time you don't need the thread.
Yeah, me too.
Even though it's kind of nice.
It was nice to hear all that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Give me a shout out and a call out.
I'm going to do shout outs to the people who didn't actually get to make the cut, unfortunately, but did actually end up making the trip. Your Suns fans, your Mots, your Pimp Munkles, your Blazes, your EGADs, your Durkas. I know I'm going to be forgetting some people, but these people put in a ridiculous amount of time and effort. I know I had to do those same grinds where you're just kind of
forgetting Brian.
Brian, K-pop Tosis,
both Brians.
And
Base Skip.
Base Skip. Yeah. Good buddy Base Skip. I was thinking of Fluff and stuff for some reason, but he's actually coming, so that's good. But there's a lot of people out there who just grind and they do all that grunt work and they cast, and then when their name isn't called, some people don't even bat an eye about it, and it's a real shame. But that's the thing, is that the scene's growing, and so is the talent, and so is the amount of people, and there's only
the competition.
So many jobs,
You got the X-Pros and stuff.
But we got majors now.
Yeah.
Maybe more tournaments, more job opportunities, so people like that can get some love. Absolutely. And for call-outs, I'm going to call out Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
For saying my hero shit.
He's going to... What do you think... What are your predictions for stats next year?
For what, his stats?
Yeah.
Like in ball play?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
He plays Dota. Come on, you can't hate him. Even though he hates Coddle.
Yeah.
You can't hate him.
I don't know. Well, I hope his carry play floats over to his basketball play well for this next season,
That's good. Good job.
I want to see 7K basketball play.
All right.
Because I saw him firsthand do the Linsanity thing. That's when he shat on my team. That's probably the part of the reason I have a bit like an angst about it.
I mean, you're from New York, and that was the most exciting time to be in New York.
It was a great experience, even though it was on my team and they got facialed pretty hard. He looked good, and I was really happy for him.
Okay. Well, all right. Thanks for your time, and let's go see some games.
Let's do it.